the implementation of organizational change evolving? What looks different today versus 20 or even 10 years ago as we think about implementing the type of changes that impact our employees or our workforce? As a change expert and CEO of a multi-million-dollar consulting company, delivering value at the intersection of change and emotion in the workplace, I'm seeing a few areas that I believe will continue to evolve in the decades to come. Want to hear them? Let's get it. In this video, you're going to first learn what organizational change entails. And then I'm going to dive into the three areas I see significantly evolving as businesses continue to implement organizational change. From digitization to frequency to finally people capability and motivation. So let me start by providing a bit of clarity on what I mean when I say organizational change. These are the types of changes that impact the people or the workforce within our business, whether it be the type of work that they're doing, where they're physically working, who they're working with or for, and what they're working on. So that could look like organizational restructure, where teams or resources are getting shuffled around, where reporting relationships are changing. That could look like the implementation of new technology, new platforms, changing the way that employees are working. That could also look like moving from working in the office 100% of the time to moving to working in the office 0% of the time, or even 10% of the time. That could also look like changes to employee payroll or benefits. It could also look like changing, like I said, where employees are working, moving from working 100% in the office to working perhaps 100% remotely or some type of a hybrid. Again, these are the changes that are impacting the people in your workforce, where they're working, the way that they're getting their work done, and the people that they're engaging with to get their work done as well. So now that we've all got a baseline on what I mean by organizational change, let me get into those three areas that I see in my work with clients all over the world significantly evolving as we continue moving forward with organizational change across any and every industry vertical. The first area of evolution is digitization. You know, there was a McKinsey article published back in 2018 that took a survey to understand how organizational change was evolving. The authors reported that over half of their respondents stated that their last major organizational change involved the integration of some type of digital solution. And I would guess that today, 5 years later, that number is even higher. Digital transformation is happening all over the world, across nearly every industry sector, as the pace of technology and innovation continues to increase, as there continues to be new solutions to help us lead our businesses more effectively and more efficiently, remaining more competitive in whatever our respective market might be. In fact, at least 30% of the clients of Change Enthusiasm Global in the past 12 months were undergoing some type of digital transformation. And I believe, especially given the rapid pace of technology and innovation, this will continue to be a key area of evolution as we think about organizational change. The second area of evolution is frequency. The pace at which businesses are implementing organizational change seems to just get quicker and quicker. As increased competition, economic volatility, ever-changing consumer and customer demands continues to be ever present. These are just a few of the dynamics that are always inviting leaders to reassess the business, to reassess what changes need to be made in order to remain competitive and ensure they're in a position for sustained growth and delivery of their business objectives. Yo, you getting value from this? Before you go, make sure you click subscribe because I drop videos like this all the time. I want to make sure you get notified every time a new video drops. So make sure you click. There are buttons, you have a mouse, you have something under your fingertip that you can click, and then you'll be notified of these videos. All right, let's get back into it. The third and final area of evolution is your people, their capability, and their motivation. The success of organizational change lies squarely on the shoulders of your people. Their capability to make the change happen, as well as their motivation to push through that change. And as the world continues to evolve, again fueled by rapid-paced technology innovation, from AI to ChatGPT to cloud expansion to machine learning, in order to remain relevant, business leaders are needing to push their organizations to become more agile, responding quicker as the pace of change continues to increase. But I'm seeing gaps and leadership actually putting in the right building blocks for capability and motivation before pushing out change after change. Those who will be more successful at implementing change and becoming agile in the decades to come are those businesses or leaders that put substantial effort into ensuring their people have both the capability and the motivation to make a given change happen. Those who will win will arm their workforce with the mindset and the skill set to enable self-actualized growth through even their most challenging changes. So I hope you got value from that, because I've got something else for you, and it's completely for free. I actually want to share with you a keynote recording snippet. This was a keynote that I delivered to an organization enduring a lot of change, both internally as well as dealing with a lot of market disruption. And it's specifically the portion of the keynote where I'm sharing insights from our latest research at Change Enthusiasm Global, studying the impact of change and emotion in the workplace, the resistance and what drives it, effective strategies to mitigate that, and ultimately those insights to help nurture, inspire, and lead others through change to enable their growth. All you got to do is click on the link below. I want to make sure that you have the data, the insights, and the research to ensure your growth through even your greatest change challenges. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.